Hey everyone, and welcome to the English Journey podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're walking to work, doing the dishes, or just taking a moment to yourself, this time is yours. And today, we're going to talk about something that could truly change your life. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, how did they go from where they were to where they are now? Maybe they used to struggle with English, and now they speak fluently. Or maybe they seem stuck in life, but somehow they completely turn things around. It's not luck, it's not magic, and the good news, you can do the same. This got me thinking about when I started learning English. At first, it felt impossible, like climbing a mountain with no end in sight. So many rules, so many words. I thought, will I ever get this right? But then something clicked. It wasn't a big moment. It was small things, repeated daily, reading a few minutes, practicing out loud, listening to English while cooking. And slowly, those small steps added up. That's exactly how change happens, not all at once, but bit by bit, day by day. And that's what today's episode is all about: how to change your life, one small step at a time. Before we dive in, I have something special for you: a free downloadable PDF. It includes today's main takeaways, questions to test your understanding, and some simple grammar exercises to help you boost your confidence. Trust me, you'll want to check it out after the episode. And there's more. Today, we'll also explore some useful intermediate English words and phrases. Don't worry, I'll break them down for you later in our vocabulary breakdown section. You'll not only leave this episode inspired, but also with better English. So make sure you stick with me all the way to the end. Let's get real for a moment. Why is change so hard for most people? Why do so many stay stuck, even when they want something better? One big reason is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. We think, what if I try and fail? But what if you try and succeed? Every successful person you admire has failed probably many times. The difference, they didn't stop. They kept going, learning, adjusting. The second reason people don't change is lack of direction. They want a better life, but they don't know how to start. They think they need a perfect plan, but sometimes the best plan is to just begin. And then there's the voice in our head, the negative self-talk. I'll never be good at this. I'm not smart enough. I'm just not a language person. These thoughts feel true, but they're not facts or habits. They hold you back before you even take the first step. And finally, one of the biggest myths out there: I'll start when I feel motivated. But here's the truth: motivation doesn't come first. Action does. You move first, and then motivation follows. I remember when I was stuck, waiting for the right moment. But that moment never came until I took one small step. And once I did, the momentum kicked in. That's when things started changing. That's why the first big lesson today is this: to change your life, you need to understand what's holding you back. Whether it's fear, confusion, negative thinking, or waiting for motivation, it all starts in your mind. But once you see those patterns, you can break them. So let's say you've identified what's stopping you. What now? How do you actually start creating change? That's where the magic of small, daily improvements comes in. There's a powerful idea called the 1% rule. It says that if you improve just 1% every day, by the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better. Not 37%, 37 times. This works because small efforts compound. Just like money earns interest, your habits build momentum. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits says that habits are not just actions, they are identity. When you practice something consistently, even in small ways, you're shaping who you are. So if you study English for 5 minutes each day, that's not just study, that's who you're becoming. Someone who learns, someone who shows up. Even something simple like replacing negative thoughts with a positive affirmation like I'm improving can shift your entire mindset. Small doesn't mean weak, it means sustainable. Real life examples make this real. I know someone who became fluent in English just by listening to podcasts like this one every day. No fancy classes, no perfect routine, just one consistent habit, and it changed their life. That's what I want for you too. So here's a challenge, choose one small thing you can do today. Just one. Read one page. Write one sentence. Say one phrase out loud. That's how you begin. Because small, consistent actions lead to massive transformation over time. And if you're wondering where to start here. Start now. But change isn't just about action, it's also about mindset. And mindset is powerful. There's something called the growth mindset, which means you believe you can improve. The opposite is the fixed mindset, where you think your skills are set in stone. If you believe you're bad at languages, you won't even try. But if you believe you can get better, you'll keep moving forward even when it's hard. Your brain is always listening to what you tell it. There's even a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or RAS. It filters information based on what you focus on. That's why, when you learn a new word, you suddenly hear it everywhere. It's not magic, it's your brain paying attention. So if you focus on problems, you'll see more problems. But if you focus on progress, you'll notice opportunities. That's why mindset matters. And the good news is you can train your brain. How? Through affirmations, visualization, and gratitude. Say positive things to yourself even if you don't fully believe them yet. Picture yourself succeeding. Be thankful for small wins. These aren't just feel-good habits, they rewire your thinking. They create the foundation for change. Now, let's talk about something that holds so many people back, waiting for the perfect moment. We all do it. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll practice English when I'm not tired. I'll try tomorrow. But here's the truth, you will never feel 100% ready. Confidence doesn't come before you start, it comes after. When I first started speaking English, I was nervous. I thought, what if I mess up? And yes, I did make mistakes. But those mistakes were my teachers. Every time I spoke, even with errors, I got better. Confidence was built through action, not before it. There's a saying I love, done is better than perfect. Waiting for perfection only delays your progress. If you want to improve, start. Start messy, start nervous, start unsure, but start. Whether it's learning English, starting a new habit, or making a big life change, imperfect action is better than no action. So here's a quick challenge. What's one thing you've been putting off? Practicing English, starting a fitness goal, sending that email. Take one small step today, not tomorrow, not later, today. Action leads to momentum. Momentum leads to confidence, and confidence creates change. Let's talk about something else that has a huge impact on your progress, your environment. It's not just about what you do, it's about who and what you surround yourself with. There's a famous quote: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that. If you're around negative, unmotivated people, that energy will rub off on you. But if you spend time with people who are growing, learning, and reaching for more, you'll naturally start doing the same. So ask yourself, who's in your circle? Who are you learning from, listening to, and talking to every day? If your environment isn't helping you grow, it might be time for a change. Start by following people who inspire you. That could be authors, teachers, or even YouTubers who make you feel motivated. Join a community and English learning group, a book club, anything that encourages growth. And be mindful of the content you consume. Limit time spent around negativity, whether it's social media, news, or conversations that drain your energy. When you surround yourself with positivity, learning becomes easier. Change feels more natural, and your goals start to feel possible again. I remember when I joined an online English community. Before that, I felt stuck. But suddenly, I had people to practice with, celebrate wins, and learn alongside. That made all the difference. So think about this. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with online or in person? Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Choose to build an environment that supports the future you want. Because when your surroundings align with your goals, change becomes not only possible, but unstoppable. And now it's time for our vocabulary breakdown. Let's take a look at some keywords and phrases from today's episode that can help you speak more naturally and confidently. We explored expressions like fear of failure, growth mindset, imperfect action, and surround yourself with. These are great tools to express your thoughts when talking about change and personal growth. Remember, learning vocabulary isn't just about knowing the word, it's about knowing how to use it. So try using these phrases in a sentence today. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with one powerful idea: you have more control over your life than you think. Real transformation isn't about big overnight changes. It's about small steps repeated daily. It's about shaping your mindset, building strong habits, and choosing the right environment. So here's your action step. Choose one small change you can make today. Write it down, say it out loud, and then go do it. And don't forget to download your free PDF with today's notes, vocabulary, and exercises. It's all there to help you move forward. Thanks so much for spending time with me today on the English Journey podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement. Let's keep growing, learning, and moving forward together. I'll see you in the next episode.